Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Tie-Dyed Hair. Kind of came up with the name for it because I'm a huge deadhead and, so I'm like tie-dyed. I love tie-dye stuff and wear it a lot. But I wanted to do this video because me and my wife just moved and I'm getting my studio set up for the conversation and all this stuff. This is a wedding video kind of for I've been married, got my rings. One for Jesus and God, one for my wife. The video I'm doing is kind of like things I've learned. I hope when you find that someone, one thing I notice is granted we got married when we were 40. I would never ever do a bridal registry. I had so many people, oh, we have 5 sets of plates. Go in there, they got the cups, the saucers, the bowls, salad plates, dinner plates. We got 5 sets, just pick one. I had like 6 people offer to give me all kinds of sets of plates that they don't use. I had, my brother gave us, he didn't drink a lot, but when he drank, he wanted to be able to make stuff. So he was like a connoisseur of collecting all different kinds of liqueurs so he could make different drinks or whatever. If someone came over, once a month or whatever, if he wanted to drink, he could have something. And, okay, holiday time. Here's my Seagram 7 glasses. Here's my Jack Daniels glasses. Here's my Absolute Vodka. He had tons of those. Gave us like 30 of them. Water glasses, they gave us about 40. I mean, everybody was offering to unload. Hey, we've got like 5 sets of plates. If you want one, pick one and it's yours. We don't even use them. We've got like 6 sets. One we use and, I'd just go to the Dollar Tree or go to Walmart and get some really nice plastic ones, because that's what we use a lot. If you're someone that, if you get married and a wife has to have this and has to have that, you're going to have so many people offering to give you stuff. I wouldn't even do a bridal registry unless, if you're 19, but when you're 40 and you have a bunch of your own stuff and your wife has a bunch of her own stuff, you combine it. It's amazing when we're moving how much we're getting rid of, and hey, we don't need this, let's give it to the Salvation Army, whatever the case. That's what you want to do. You're going to find out that you're going to have so many people just wanting to offer to give you stuff, and I wouldn't do a bridal registry. I might, just give us money, and we'll do with it what we want. That way, okay, once everyone offers you stuff, and after you're okay, well, we need a vacuum. Now let's go take the money and get a vacuum. Okay, we didn't get this. Let's go, instead of, because we got plates we wanted. They're heavier than heck. Only use them once in a while. But the thing is, we wouldn't have had to, we could have gotten money to use for something something more beneficial, And that's one of the things, and one thing when you find that someone, there was a girl that was going to prom, and her prom dress is going to be more my wife's wedding dress. I said, you're going to only be able to use it once. And if you don't, and more than likely, if you don't get rid of it and try to get rid of it for the next year's prom, it's probably in 2 or 3 years, and like 3 or 4 years, going to be out of date, out of style. It's going to be hard. There are tons of people on Buy and Sell Here on Facebook that are trying to get rid of prom dresses. Wedding dress. See, at least with my tuxedo, it was my dad's and handed it down, and I use it, and I can do different things. I can wear it for different events and stuff, and that's cool. I can do that. But the average person, wife, she can't wear that wedding dress again. You go back, I'm a history buff, and you go back to the 1800s, they would have wore their Sunday best. That's what they wouldn't have had. Okay, this is, if they're lucky, they have 2 dresses, but more than likely they have one. And actually, if you were big and you weighed a lot, that meant you could afford food. And the more layers of clothes you had meant the more money you had, the more warmer you could be, and this and that. And, and you would have wore your Sunday best. And now people have to spend $20,000 on a wedding dress and this and that for one night. It's amazing. We had a church, it fell through. We got another church, everything worked out. It was all God, but it was a long, strange trip. And then, of course, we took a honeymoon, and on the honeymoon, it went to a thing where, okay, on the train to Chicago, the California Zeppelins canceled, and we're getting on the Southwest Chief, and then when we get to New Mexico, Raton, we have to take a bus up to Colorado. Well, no one told the Southwest Chief that, and that thing was almost overbooked. That train was. They were running out of food in New Mexico, and that goes all the way to L.A. Thank God we're getting off. They were not told any of this. You know, they could have added more sleeper cars because there were like 20 of us that had sleeper cars that had to be in coach. It was crazy. But, you know, but we learned. And I try to pass my experience on, you know. You're going to have tons of people give you stuff. That's the main point of this thing. I would just sit there and unless you're like 19 or 20, you know, and you have, because back then I probably would have wanted my own stuff. But when you know people close to you that have died, or your brother's died, or whatever the case, and you're like, okay, I don't want to have all this stuff. Because I used to be a huge NASCAR fan, and now that they have these segments, it's kind of, I've lost interest in it a lot. But I always wanted to collect the die casts, and what would I do with it? I saw a guy on Facebook had like a glass case with like 60 die casts, trying to get rid of them. They're neat, but what would you do with them? You know, I will say this: it's worth what you can get for it. Whatever, I mean, it may be a solid gold coin. If you can get someone to give you $1,000 for it, it's worth $1,000. If someone can give you $5, it's worth $5. So, when you go forward, just think about that, you know. Because I still have people trying to pawn stuff off on us, and you know, we had so many people make us stuff like quilts and stuff, and it's hard to find room to put all that stuff up. But you know, it means the world to us, you know. So, and I just, you know, knowing what we know now, we combined a lot of things because we were both older and we were, you know, but at a younger age, still, you're gonna have people that probably have. Because my parents, I think, have like 3 sets of plates. And 3 or 4 sets, and one of them was made by a couple that doesn't exist anymore. And when they divorced and stopped making the plates, people bought them up like crazy. I'd hate to know what they're worth. I love them. They're great. Very delicate, you know. But it's just amazing how much stuff. If we would have just been given cash, we could say, okay, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do whatever the case may be. You know, we could have used it for something else, and just, because if you're not picky. I mean, I loved it. I didn't marry a bridezilla. It has to be, whatever happens, happens. I mean, you just go with the flow, and that's what me and my wife do. And that's what you need to do, especially when you get married, and especially with the wedding ceremony. You two, I'm probably there's only you two and maybe a couple people that might know exactly what was going to happen. So if you forget a line, or forget to say something, or forget to do something, no one's going to know. It's not like you have a script out here. Well, here's the script. You know, you just go, and whatever happens, happens, you know. So, I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the tie-dyed hair. Remember, folks, just enjoy, because like that, and you're like us, almost 4 years married. You know. Don't stress over it. I wouldn't do a bridal registry. I would just wait and see what people are going to give you, what people are going to offer you. Just say, hey, we want some money to get stuff, because in our case, in many people's cases, so many people offer to give you stuff, and especially like if there's 2 kids, and you know, okay, well, this mom and dad has so much stuff that, you know. I've seen, I work in an assisted living community, when people have died, I've seen okay, there's more stuff than me and my wife have. Okay, then like, what are they doing with it? And where's it going? And who's getting it? And da-da-da. And not only do you have to worry about the stuff you have, but then, okay, you're going to come into a bunch of and a lot of people in this day and age want new. They don't want to have silverware that's been passed down, or something passed down. To me, I think that's kind of cool. So, I mean, there's tons of stuff my parents have in their houses, decorations that my dad got in Iran, Iraq, or Sudan, or Chad, or wherever, Venezuela, when he was doing stuff overseas. And I'm like, I love it, but I got to find room for it. Where would I put it? And da-da-da. So, that's pretty much it. So remember, folks, just take it easy. Have fun when you're getting married. Don't stress. And I wouldn't do a bridal registry because so many people are just going to offer to give you stuff. I just say, hey, we want money so that once we get settled, we know what we actually need after anyone offers to give us stuff that they're not using. Then we'll get what we need. So thank you so much for tuning in to the Tie-Dyed Hair. God bless y'all. Goodbye.